You are watching a master at work.
What's going on, guys? Sam Pritt is back once again. Thanks very much to Polymaker and Bambu Labs for being part of this episode. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the big build of the B1 Battle Droid from Droid Division.
Roger, roger.
If you take 4 Bambu Lab printers, 4 spools of Polymaker filament across 4 days, you can print this. So where do we start? Well, let's start with the feet. Let's move this one out of the way. Basically, when you start printing these files, you've got a left and you've got a right. But all you do really is take the right foot and just mirror it to be the left. So that's pretty simple. Next, of course, we've got these parts here. Now, this is metal rod. This is a 19mm metal rod from my local hardware store. And again, the whole build on this is super easy to put together. It literally is put a couple of lugs into the locator holes and basically slide the legs up inside. You can put these together with a little rod here. That just slides in and then they just snap together just like that. Now, you don't need to glue these necessarily unless they're kind of loose inside of their parts, but it's a super easy thing to print and also assemble.
So as I assemble the legs, the Droid Division Battle Droid files are available for download on Etsy. You can find it on the Droid Division page, and of course, as always, the links will be included in the description below. Upon downloading the files, you will discover that the design has been optimized for small and large printers. The smaller components are dialed for effortless positioning and alignment. This feature makes the model more versatile and adaptable for various print sizes, including the 220 bed sizes and, of course, in this case, the Bambu printers. In some cases, though, you will need the height of just under 240mm for the upper body, which, of course, the stock prusa does not have, or, of course, the availability to slice the file down further. The file system is easy to read and follow. Dave from Droid Division has put together an excellent guide and assembly document, along with another tip sheet, where it suggests that walls are printed at 1.2mm.
Just like that. And before we go any further today, I would like to thank our sponsor, PCBWay.com. Attention all makers, hobbyists and 3D printing enthusiasts. Want to bring your ideas to life? Look no further than PCBWay.com. With their top-notch quality and unbeatable prices, they make circuit board production a breeze. Plus, with their online 3D rendering service, you can visualize your designs before you bring it to life. So why wait? Visit PCBWay.com today and start creating. Let's get back to it, and as we briefly touched on, the assembly of the 3D printed parts are slotted, glued or bolted. We have used a 19mm metal rod inside both legs and the upper torso. On the glued parts, I whipped out the 3D Gloop for PLA as I really wanted bonding over gluing. And of course, it's all about the science, and nobody does it better. The parts I'm glooping sit alongside the mid-body and are held on with elastic. The upper body and any loose doweled elements are also glued for maximum rigidity. Finally, and this is a genius move, the arms, neck and hands are held together with furniture bolts. So next we have the stomach, and this is printed in sort of 4 different parts. Again, we're using this 19mm rod just to keep everything kind of up and together. And that slots in very easily, just like this. Next we have the full torso, which is quite a big print. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 odd parts on this. And again, all printed on the Bambu Labs printers. In the center here, you have a locator. And all we're going to do is we're going to slide that 19mm rod straight into the body. Next we have the left and the right arm. These things are insane. They're actually held together by furniture parts as well. So we're just going to pop those on. We obviously got the left and the right arm, and these are posable as well. You can move the hands around. These are all individually posable, and again by using those furniture blocks. Now we do also have these kind of little telephone parts as well, and they go on basically here and here, and we're going to use some elastic to attach that. I won't lie, threading the elastic through the little receiver parts here, it's a nightmare. It is a nightmare. But finally we do have the head. Now the head does have these little, I guess we could call them dreadlocks, and then there's 2 locator pins that go here. So all we do, check that out. Amazing. 4 days, 4 lots of filament, 12 kilos overall to print this absolutely amazing Star Wars battle droid.
So finally, let's discuss the speed and rapidity of these 3D prints coming together. Initially, I estimated that it would take roughly 5 days to complete this project with 4 Bambu Labs printers that I have here in the studio. But that was merely an educated guess. By Monday evening, I had already printed 8 plates, starting with the feet, lower limbs, and by day 2, the upper level hips to the feet had been assembled for a dry fit. Now, most of us are familiar with the usual 60mm per second with bed slingers, but the print times differ significantly depending on the overall printer speed. So printers like the Prusa or coreXY, this print would normally take 2 days to print this entire file, but with the Bambu Labs printers, this part could be printed with similar settings in, well, less than a day. This is down to the Bambu Labs being a coreXY setup and being able to reach speeds of up to 500mm per second. While it's the speed that ultimately makes the key difference with any printer setup, being able to double your output with a second printer will usually put you at a time advantage. Quadrupling my output meant that I could achieve incredible speed results in a short amount of time. As it turns out, the 2 lengthiest prints on the plates amounted to a total of 18 hours. Therefore, it was entirely possible to complete the upper torso overnight across 4 printers. The 4-day process could have been shortened in terms of the total number of hours, as there were gaps between when the printer finished and when I returned to the studio to swap out the plates. In light of this, I believe that if the printers had an automated removal system post-print, this task could have been completed in, well, 3 days. This is truly remarkable, especially when you consider that my previous attempts to print this file using other machines would have taken roughly 6 weeks to complete. In such a scenario, personally, I would have grown bored of waiting and moved on to something else.
So in closing, I'd like to thank Droid Division obviously for sending me these files, Bambu Labs for providing me with many of the printers, Polymaker of course for all their wonderful PLA, and of course 3D Gloop for keeping everything stuck together. Thank you again guys for watching the video. We will see you next time. Keep an eye on the socials as well. I'll put the links in the description and you'll see what happens to good old Roger.
You are watching a master at work.